I'm going to do some replay reviews right now. Going to do a couple. First, going to do Wrath of the Drunk. Wrath of the Drunk, are you in chat? I'm going to hide Rocket League in case you have put the rank in your title. It looks like you didn't. So at the end of this replay, you guys can guess what rank it was. Wrath, don't tell us. And people can guess what rank you are. It's going to be 3v3. We are all random 3v3. Did anybody see the tweet, by the way, of how few people were playing solo standard? Because I did. And I still hope that playlist gets removed from the game. It's a waste of time. Okay, so we're playing random threes and we do go for boost. I never recommend this. I think this thing around the middle of the pitch is better in random threes, especially in the first kickoff, because you're more likely to be next in on the play and save your team if you get a really bad kickoff and they're just shooting or cheating. Nice little power slide on the wall here. So I'm looking to see if you're going to be using these camera settings effectively. They are kind of zoomed out. I'm not a huge fan. Look at the dribbles though. Oh my days. Almost past everybody here. Yeah, usually when I see people using these kind of camera settings, they miss-hit the ball a lot. So we'll see if that happens. Pretty nice dribbles though, I must say. The only thing you did wrong here is this last little touch at the end. This is good. This touch is also good, really good. Now, your job here is to get alongside the ball and do a side flip shot because you've ran out of boost. So, the only way that you can accelerate the ball is with a side flip shot. And this touch here, that one, now makes it impossible for you to reach the ball again because we have no boost, so we're never going to catch up to this ball. That's why we've kind of flopped at it. Now, if you don't know how to do a side flip shot, it's pretty simple. You just want to, like, get the front end of your car exactly in line with the ball. So you'll want the front edge of your Dominus here to pretty much be like right in line with the middle of the ball as you look at it sideways, because then when you side flip into the ball, you'll get a really clean, hard hit through the middle of the hitbox, and that shot would have gone bottom left corner if you did that. You just didn't mean to clip the ball last touch. Yeah, I figured it might be the case, because that was the touch that was really that took it away from you. It does happen. Okay, so we only want to go for this if the touch is really bad. Yeah, I guess that qualifies as a bad touch, but yeah, the fact that he hit it that way is kind of unfortunate for you, and there was a pretty quick follow-up. Wow, he didn't think much about the recovery here, so always got to think about the recovery. I think we just landed on the ball, which is a bit unlucky. But yeah, you always want to think about the recovery when you're going for a play like this. Okay, well, our teammates have just scored, so nice. Yeah, what do you guys think of my assessment earlier? Would you agree? Do you think the average Twitch chat... I mean, I'm asking Twitch chat this, so obviously they're going to say yes, but do you guys think the average Twitch chat Rocket League viewer... And when I say Twitch chat Rocket League viewer, I mean like weekday Twitch chat. Weekday, not weekends. Like, I'm not talking RLCS, reward hunting, esports viewers. I mean people who are watching my stream, Jesse's stream, Scrub stream, any of these kind of streams. You know, people who watch the more core Rocket League community. Rocket League esports Reddit users kind of people. Because that's like the same community. Rocket League Twitter community. They all kind of, like the Rocket League Twitter community, Reddit esports community, and like Rocket League viewers on Twitch, they're kind of all the same people. And then you have the Rocket League Reddit, the Rocket League subreddit, not the Rocket League esports one. That's probably the same community as the Rocket League Twitch channel, Twitch chat, and Rocket League on YouTube. It's the bigger audience, the people who just want to see cool goals, and they're in Silver 3, you know? There's nothing wrong with that, but you're more likely to get higher rated people in this kind of, like an average higher rated people in this kind of setting. Okay, so we look to in front of us, we see that our teammate is not there. Probably want to have another look as we come forward. Oh yeah, there's definitely still some hardcore beans for sure. I just mean in general. Okay, it's a decent cross, and definitely could have been a goal. So this is fine. You know, we're probably going to do better here to just flip more straight into the ball instead of going for this like blocking touch. So I definitely wanted to mention this. You know, look to the right here one more time just to make sure that your teammate is not double committing on this ball. Just to make sure. And when you see that he isn't, what I would do here is instead of like getting alongside the ball and side flipping into it, because this is kind of a weak hit, like what we've done there is a really weak touch. You would want to like flip hard into the ball, because if the opponent is on the outside of the ball in this position, there is a chance that it's just going to bounce off him and go into their goal, or go into the goal area. Like flip hard into the ball there, like straight into it, nose on to the ball, you know, not like get in front of it and then do this weak hit. Got to get a hard hit. This is okay though. I think this is a really good cross. Should have been a goal probably. So that was nice, and we did recover reasonably quick. Oh, we are way out of position though. Where are we going? Oh no. So we had lots of boost. We move in too close to the play. This is not a good idea. We've just gone miles out of position. I think we even slowed down a bit. But yeah, here we're landing a bit too close to our teammate as third man, and there's a shot about to come in. You can't afford to be this far away from covering the goal. And also we're not even moving supersonic. That's why I rewinded here. We're moving really slowly. So that was just some bad positioning from third man. So now we cheat on the second kickoff. I like that a lot more. Okay, this is interesting. This is a touch that I see often in ranked. So what is our plan with this touch? Quite clearly, our thought process that we've gone into this touch with is let's hit the ball down the line, because that is the general direction of the other team's goal, and this is also at the same time getting it away from our half, which is danger zone. But really, the better play in this position is to just stick it high into the middle. Let's watch again. For two reasons. Number one, dodging like this into the wall, really bad for your recovery, so I wouldn't recommend it. But number two, your third man, if we look, he's going to be in the backfield. He's either going to be over there or over here, like getting one of these boosts. We could have just, you know, checked to see where he is. See, so I wasn't sure based on your camera settings if he was on the right or if he's behind you. But if you see him behind you, there's a good chance he's going to go for that right boost. If he's to the right, then obviously there's a really good chance he will. So teammates on the right grabbing boost. We could actually check that. That would be a great idea. And then we'd know, okay, our teammate is over there on the right-hand side of the field behind us. So where should we hit the ball? Twitch chat. If our teammate is behind us. And we could have known this if we'd had better awareness. Just check to see where our teammate is on the kickoff, where he's going. But we can know exactly where he is in this play. Yeah, against the wall. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. So what you would have wanted to do is just do a single jump to pop this ball into the flat part of the wall so that it bounces off the wall pretty much straight over the center circle, just anywhere in this area. If it bounces off the wall just right here and then it goes straight over the center circle, your teammate's going to have a nice angle to take a shot or to go for a double touch or to just get an offensive hit forward. Whereas if you do this, then really none of your teammates are able to reach that, so this is nowhere near as effective. But the other thing is to think about is if you do a single jump to pop it, you can recover immediately. That's why I think it's the superior touch rather than a dodge. So yeah, I'm not sure where this jump is trying to achieve. The ball was definitely past us. Love the bump though. This is smart on the recovery. Want to, while we're rotating out here, instead of turning on ball cam briefly and then turning it off for an extended period of time, then turning it on briefly and turning it off for an extended period of time, you should be doing the opposite. Like, you should be able to hit that boost in the corner, this one here, without looking, without having to turn off ball cam to do it. Ideally, you would be flicking ball cam off and then on again really quickly, not flicking it on and then off again really quickly. Do you know what I mean, Wrath? I'll explain that better if I've done a poor job, but let me know if that makes sense. Because really what you should be paying more attention to is the play, not the boost in the corner. You were paying much more attention to the boost in the corner than the play. Okay. So there's quite clearly a touch coming in. I guess we're moving into position in case he misses, which is fine. But yeah, we should just leave that when it does go over us. This is still fine. See, this is much better. We're like only looking, turning ball cam off briefly. This was fine. but we also weren't going for a corner boost. And this was nice positioning at the back post. So we went into the goal. This gives us a really good position to deal with just about anything that can happen. Shots on target, we're fine. Cross into the middle with an infield pass, we're fine. Backboard, we're fine. And we can even see what our teammate's doing. We see him miss, so that's a really good play. I love that rotation into the net, because there was nothing that could have happened there that we would not have been able to deal with. Pretty lucky that we didn't bump our teammate there. And the rotation out. We should probably not go for this before... Well, actually, we just shouldn't go for this full stop. And the reason is, our teammate is probably not going to be ready to follow us up on this challenge, so you should 100% fake this challenge. Because if we take ourselves out of the game and he dribbles you quickly, you can probably dribble your teammate as well. So yeah, this was fine, but the fake challenge could have been more convincing. Like, this was kind of like, is that really a fake challenge? Like, did we sell it? Not really. We didn't go up close enough to him. We could have gone definitely closer before turning, just to make him think that we're challenging. We also didn't wait for the ball to drop before turning, so he would have seen you turn. Let's watch this from his POV. See right here? Actually, he's got ball cam on for some bizarre reason, so he doesn't really know what he's doing either, but... Yeah, a good player there would have had ball cam off, and they would have seen you turn. Oh, okay. Well, we just about got away with that. How did this happen? So yeah, we went for a fake challenge, then we turned around to go for a real challenge when our teammate had pressure. So everything we did here was kind of like not the best. I would have wanted a more convincing fake challenge here and then just leave your teammate to pressure the ball. Like, we don't need to turn on this ball because our teammate's already got pressure on it. See? Now we're double committing. And we left our other guy alone at the back. The one thing we were trying to avoid doing by fake challenging initially. This was way too center, but it did go clear, luckily. Oh, need a little power slide on that turn. Now, when you do this, okay? When you do this, when you jump up for an aerial, and then you realize that you're not going to get there first, there's two options. And the one that you choose depends on which way you want your car to be facing. If you want your car to continue facing forwards, you should boost back down to the ground, not float back down to the ground. If you want your car to turn around and face the other way, you should just half flip out of the fast aerial. Because right now you did the first part of a fast aerial. You jumped, lean back. Poggers. There you go. We jumped to lean back while boosting. Actually, we didn't even boost. We still have 100. But if you don't like that takeoff, if you realize, wait, I'm actually getting beaten to the ball, just half flip. Just at this point, back flip and then flip cancel it with a forward air roll. But yeah, right now if you just back flip to 7 o'clock and then throw your joystick up nice and early, you'll land facing the other way and you'll, you know, be rotating back. Not sure why we're going for this demo. This is kind of pointless. Yeah, we really need to be thinking more about defending here. This demo does nothing. You know, if it looked like the counter-attack was coming, then fair enough, but we didn't even check to see what was happening before going for the demo, so it was never really going to be that useful. Okay, so we didn't make the touch that we needed to make here. If we're going to go for the back corner boost here, we need to touch this ball before we leave it. So if we don't touch it, then we're just giving it to that guy in a really easy position. Even if your touch is just to hit it up the wall, that's still better because it makes it awkward for him. But ideally you'd be just popping it somewhere near the wall. Good cross again. Teammate with a pass. That guy's just turned quicker than we have. So the reason we've turned so slowly here is because you've started turning, but we didn't like boost into the turn by boosting a wave. That makes us turn really slowly here. We kind of didn't give ourselves much space either. I would have liked just boosting a bit further back before deciding whether or not we're going to turn on this ball. You didn't see the defender, or you didn't see this guy. All right, him. I suppose, yeah, I guess I can see how you would miss him. You wouldn't see him, but he was there. We could have and should have seen him. Your 1900 friend always does a wave dash kickoff. He seems to make it work well. What in what game mode? Wave dash kickoffs are pointless. They do nothing better than a normal kickoff except waste more boost. The only upside to a wave dash kickoff, really nice double bump by the way here. This is nice. The only thing that a wave dash kickoff is good for is deception. just so your run up to the ball looks weird and your opponent might change his kickoff. So maybe doing one just to throw your opponent off has some upside to it, but overall it's just wastes a lot of boost, so I wouldn't recommend it. You don't think wave dash kickoffs are effective unless you've trained them for a while? I mean, they don't get to the ball faster, so it's a waste of time. It is pointless. Has a lot more control before the hit than most other kickoffs. What do you mean? What control do other kickoffs lack? Because as far as I'm aware, front flipping into the ball, or towards the ball, and wave dashing towards the ball are the exact same thing, except wave dashing uses more boost. You usually land right behind the ball. Well, you land right behind the ball if you flip at right behind the ball as well. Like if somebody's really bad at flipping and they're really good at wave dashing, then I could see them having difficulty flipping at the ball, but come on. Do people really exist who have a harder time flipping than wave dashing? How much wave dashing have they been practicing? How much have they been neglecting flips? With the wave dash, you have control way before you're behind the ball. But why would you need control if you flip directly at the ball? You don't need to have control until you land. You land at the exact same place either way. Front flip, wave dash, you have control at the exact same time. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm sorry. I don't agree. Wave dash and kickoff and front flip kickoffs or any other flip kickoff, they do the same thing, but wave dash kickoff, from what I've seen, uses more boost, so it's pointless. And when a wave dash kickoff goes wrong, it goes really wrong. When a flip kickoff goes wrong, sometimes you can recover it. Like if you just single jump by accident, then you can sort of salvage it by flipping in the way of the ball. But yeah, you're still going to get Ronicky kickoffs. You just miss it. Oh my days, what is our teammate doing here? I wanted to say though, Wrath, I do like the bumps on the goal line. Man alive, what on earth is this guy doing? Is he actually just playing for the other team right now? There's not much you can do with somebody like that. Diving across, you have no idea what he's doing. I mean, the only thing you can do in this kind of play is let him have it. I mean, like, if you see him going for it, and there's no one in the other team going for it, which is the case right now, then I guess you can just leave him to hit it and try and read his touch. That's the only thing you can do. They were doing it all game, very frustrating. Yeah, this guy, he's got the Reckless title. So did they both have the Reckless title. That's good. The only thing you can do there is like just let him hit it and then try and read his touch, because it looked like he was hitting it into the corner, which I guess could be considered a pass to you, but it's super frustrating to play with, no denying that. Now here, this isn't a ball you can go far. We just have to get better at reading distances. Like he's clearly beating you to the ball, and this recovery again, we're not thinking enough about how we're going to land on the wall. If we are going to challenge that ball, the one we just did, far better to do a double jump challenge or a fast aerial challenge and then land on the wall cleanly, not like this, because this is just way too slow. Okay. You're definitely looking for opportunities to demo. I like that. Oh, we just jumped up so early for this. We don't need to jump up early for this at all. Like there is a really, this is a common misplay, that the ball will come in high to the backboard. This isn't even high. Just like, you know, it'll come in and it's obvious that it's going to hit the crossbar. And people will jump from miles away, but really you don't have to jump from this far away at all. You could jump really late. I mean, look where this ball bounces to. It bounces down off the bar, which would have been nice to know. So waiting until you see that bounce is probably a good idea. You're practicing double touches, so you're forcing them. This isn't a position I would really want to go for one, because, I mean, when this touch comes in, it looks like it's going to hit the crossbar. When it hits the crossbar, you're not sure what the bounce is going to be. It could bounce down, it could bounce up, it could bounce like... or rather, it could bounce down or it could bounce flat. You don't know which one it's going to be. You kind of have to wait. But it's so low that waiting is fine. Like after seeing that bounce, then you take off and you catch it right now maybe. That's probably when you'd want to be hitting it after it's bounced on the ground as well. Will Tibbs, remind me after this and I'll explain half flips to you, yeah. Do I think that Musty's weird kickoff thing has a use or no? I don't know what Musty's weird kickoff thing is. I'm sorry. Please don't tell me there's a Musty kickoff now. Opinion on the Spanish kickoff. Is that the one where diagonal person, diagonal spawn? The speed flip. Oh, the speed flip kickoff. The diagonal flip cancel. Okay, I didn't know that that was a musty weird kickoff thing, but I do know the kickoff that you mean, I think. It's not fast enough to beat a conventional kickoff to the ball, so it loses very hard to lots of very normal kickoffs. If you're in low rating, then it might work. But I think it's too all in. The one thing that would make us the speed flip kickoff viable is if you don't hit the underside of the ball. If you hit the ball dead center in the very middle, so you're hitting it straight forward, then it's fine. But yeah, it's very hard to do the speed flip. What, has Musty been doing that a lot recently or something? Because I think I know the kickoff you mean. The one where you just, instead of diagonal flipping to the ball, you speed flip at the ball. Diagonal flip with a flip cancel. By holding down. You do speed flip and a normal flip on the ball, it's really strong. It's probably the same speed as a normal kickoff though. I mean, is it faster? I suppose it might be. It's a little faster. I don't know if it's... The thing is, right, if you're speed flipping into the ball in a kickoff and you don't get there, and well, the other guy just does a normal kickoff where he just flips at the ball and then flips again, he's going to crush you. He's going to absolutely crush you. The only way that it would work is if you hit the outside edge of the ball, so your kickoff basically becomes a back left or a back right setup. Yeah, if you're playing against people who are really slow on the kickoff, I guess you're going to get some kickoff goals here and there. But I mean, I get kickoff goals in low Grand Champ with a regular fast kickoff. You don't need to speed flip to get those. Yeah, I think it's probably... The thing about the fast kickoff variation that's quite nice is you can adjust like on your way. I don't know how much room there is for adjustment on a speed flip. From what I've seen, speed flipping, once you've committed to it, you're all in. That is your flip. Like, that is where you're going, and there's no adjustment you can make. Whereas a fast kickoff, you can like feather your boost mid-flip to change where you're going to end up and what part of the ball you hit. So I've not experimented with that enough. I don't know if it's viable, I'm afraid. Okay, Will Tibbs, thank you. But yeah, the Spanish kickoff, just to very quickly talk about that. I'm going to pause this for a second. Is that the one where you have one guy spawning on the diagonal in 2v2 and they fake the kickoff and demo the cheater and then the other guy just scores? Because I really like that kickoff. That's sick. Super cool. I love it. I wanted to see where we go here. Wait. Yeah, boost steal's fine. Could have maybe demoed. I don't see why not to demo this guy. Baljeep. No reason not to. He was just a free demo. Oh my days. I guess you saw further ahead than I did because thank goodness we didn't demo him, or else he wouldn't be exactly in this position as the ball comes in to own goal. Wow. Wrath of the Drunk is 900 IQ. Left the opponent alive just so he would own goal 10 seconds later. Did I say thanks to like Cubfan RL for the Prime sub, by the way, and also Josh Neff for the 2-month Prime? I feel like I didn't, and they were like half an hour ago, so I feel really bad. Are either of you guys still here? Really hope I said thank you. But I was like super ranting mode with the tier list, so I probably didn't. I was totally distracted. Pearson, thanks to the 22-month tier 1, by the way. Yeah? Yeah, as in I forgot, or yeah, you're still here. I probably forgot, didn't I? Because I was ranting. You guys probably subbed exactly when everybody said okay is a rank S plus quick chat, and I just completely lost the plot. I was like, how dare you guys? Both. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit risky. We walked right into the dunk here. We are second man in this play, so we only have one guy backing us up, so we really can't afford to get dunked on. Just trying to get some more height on that would have made more sense. Oh no, our teammate centered it. We've rushed a bit. We've arrived a bit too early. Okay, so see right here, you should wait and see what happens with that shot before darting in, because you might be thinking, okay, I just need to get back into defense as quickly as possible, but actually, you should wait just a second longer, because obviously this guy Baljeep has beaten you to the ball. There's no way you can stop him from making this touch. And as such, you should get ready for the next ball, which looks like, I mean, based on what we're seeing here, is going to be a scramble on the goal mouth. So it would be nice if we were not immediately running underneath this ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, got to time that arrival. We were just too early and couldn't really do much in that play. Luckily, the ball did clear, but it would have been nicer to arrive later. Okay. Oh! We just didn't go for the big shot. That was huge. This is a massive opportunity. Just rip one on goal. Just bang it. Boom! We've missed. We perfectly matrixed the ball. If you tier 3 sub, how long is the list of replays? There's about 15 people in the list right now. But before starting the stream, Vicanis and Wrath were 4th and 5th in the list. But 3 people before them didn't reply. So, in fact, they were 5th and 6th in the list, but 4 people before them didn't reply. Oh my goodness, he's doing it again. And that's why they get to go first. So there's a good chance he'll be earlier. And we are doing quite a lot of replay reviews this week, so. Yeah, same thing as earlier, Wrath. I mean, you're right. These guys are diving in for the ball all game, and they shouldn't be doing this. He shouldn't be going for this, but he is, and we could see that he was going to. So we kind of just have to let him take it and try and play off his touch. You just have to. It's the only thing you can do if what you're trying to do is win this game. Cheeky little infield pass. That guy passes it to us. This guy takes it again, but yeah, this is fine. We're going to land on the opposite side. Okay, big play incoming from Wrath. He's trying to go for the infield dribble here. Nice block. I would have been okay with you going up the wall here if you want to do a ceiling shot or an air dribble or anything like that. This is a totally okay position to do it in, because we are 1v1, so it's impossible for them to both cover the goal and rush your play at the same time. So this would be a really good time to go for a wall play if you're confident at them. However, I do respect the infield dribble. You're a man after my own heart. Let's see what you could have done better to execute it next time. So first thing is the first touch is just not doing much. I mean, we've hit the ball 3 times now and it's still just rolling slowly. Like, it would have been better to probably just push the ball up to speed here. Like, just try to push it as fast as possible, get it rolling down the line, because this is the only way that you're going to get up to speed fast enough to get away from this guy, who's no doubt trying to demo you. If you go for the ball carry here, he's going to kill you, obviously. So we have to go quicker. We just took too long here to do much. We ended up losing control and running into the challenge. I think if you just pushed the ball forward, you would have gotten away from him. Nice bump on the back wall. I like that. Being careful not to run into our teammate on the exit. Also good. Okay, we're definitely getting beaten to that ball. Hey, let's skip to the end of overtime like we usually do. And okay, that is the end of overtime. Watch the last 20 seconds or so, see how the play develops. Okay, how did we get here? There we go. Okay, we didn't check to see where the opponent was. We kind of just played it forward. Not a huge fan of this angle that we've chosen. Like here, just like earlier in the game, we're trying to play the ball forward. We're getting it down the line. But actually playing it off the wall to ourselves here would have made a lot more sense. Because then you can make a second touch with vision. Oh, this is dangerous. Again, just like earlier in the game. Not sure what the upside is to this demo. I think going back would be significantly better. Because now we're relying on our teammates to do some defending. And again, see, the other team nearly scored. Got to go back, I think, in that position. Because the counter-attack was not really confirmed. Even if you do get the demo, the most likely thing to happen is the other team still have the ball in attack. Oh no. You've got to be kidding me. No. Okay, so it looks like we thought the ball was going to roll up the side wall. And we made a dash for it. It bounced. Now, if you read that bounce better, you will be able to see that coming. But, oh my goodness. How is that the save that he tries to make here? How? Oh dear, he starts off in the worst position ever. Okay, of course he dodges into the wall. Why wouldn't he? This entire play is just disastrous. What a... We have to go back. We still haven't seen the initial fail. Okay, he creeps off the goal line. Already. Terrible idea. This could easily 50-50 back across the box. And it does bounce awkwardly for him. See, if we're in the goal here, this is a piece of cake to defend. Instead, we're off the goal line. We somehow miss it. Now in comes our other teammate. He keeps it nice and low. Good recovery. Oh, yes. Excellent. Let's air dribble. Let's donate all that boost to this guy. Because, as we know, boost is overrated. Let's just get rid of it. Who needs boost? Yeah, let's just jump off and delete some of that. Good. Didn't want it anyway. Now here comes this guy. Tries to pinch it by the looks of things. Doesn't really go very well, and his recovery's not the best. And now here we go for the biggest play of the day. Another rotation off the goal line. Instead of going into the goal like a good boy, he drives off the goal line into the most awkward position I've ever seen in my life. Pre-jumps a bouncing ball. And then flips away from it. You could not play this situation any better if you tried. This is the worst possible execution of this save that I can imagine. Like if there was a training pack where my car appears in the position of this Dominus and the ball is bouncing at me like this, I will struggle to do a worse job at saving it. Even if I'm trying to do the worst possible job, I don't think I can do this badly, because this is impressively bad. Like, the fact that we're even here in the first place, how do you get here? What? Just go in the goal and wait over here. Just be here in the goal and you're fine in all situations. He did it earlier in the previous play. He just drove out of the goal into this position and the ball bounced across and he's like, "Ugh." Like right here, you should just come in the goal right now instead of parking sideways in the box. Just get in the goal. Just come in the goal and turn and then face. Goodness me, that's appalling. I mean, based on the whole lobby, I would guess that this is a Champ 1 lobby. Diamond 3 maybe? But, I mean, Wrath probably played like closer to Champ 2 level. Nah, I'm gonna say Diamond 3. I mean, this is hard because I think Wrath of the Drunk played quite solid. He definitely had some mistakes, but now maybe we have to go lower. The rest of the lobby was pretty diabolical. Alright. I think Twitch chat might be pretty accurate with this. I think this could probably be a Diamond 2 lobby, but I think Wrath is playing closer to champ level himself. Wrath, do you want to reveal what rank this was? Because I really don't know. Like the oh my goodness, this was a disaster. This lobby was so messy. CBKRL, thanks for the tier 3 and the 6 months. Diamond 3, Div 4, boom. Told you it's closer to champ. I told you. Nailed it. D3 lobby, but he's closer to champ. Spot on. I actually said initially I was thinking more like champ 2, but then I was like, nah, this lobby was bad actually. I remembered a lot of the bad things that had happened. Yeah, my first thought was champ 1. Honestly, my first thought was champ 1. This looks like champ 1. Yeah, CBK, that's your first tier 3. I really appreciate it, man. I'm going to put you in the list. Just send me a replay in Discord and I'll add you to the queue for people who've sent me replays. Yeah, Wrath, big thanks for that replay. Good stuff. In general, when you have teammates like this who are making terrible touches, you just have to see it coming. The only way is to play around them, because they're not going to play around you. Now, somebody was asking to explain half flips. Now, if you're a keyboard player, it's pretty easy. You just backflip and then you do a full backwards air roll at the same time as a sideways air roll, because that's Actually, no. Sorry, I'm doing it backwards. What you're actually doing is a forward air roll at the same time as an air roll to either side, which looks like that, a diagonal air roll. On keyboard, if you do a diagonal air roll, it is no slower in the forward or the sideways directions. Whereas if you do this on a controller, I think it will be like slower and you'll land on the corner of your car, unless you're one of these new controls people who's using the air roll left and right. But yeah, if you have air roll left and right like a keyboard player, you can just backflip in a straight line back. So what you're doing is just like backflip in a straight line. That's how you initiate the half flip. You just backflip straight back, and then immediately, well, not immediately, but as soon as your car is exactly upside down, so as soon as your car looks like this, that's when you start air rolling forward and diagonally, or diagonally forward, basically. So I do this motion when my car is upside down halfway through the backflip. I just do that with my W and A key, and I can half flip to the other side if I want to go. If I want to go the other way, I'll do W and D instead, which is sometimes better if I want to land on a diagonal wall. Then you'll want to be, half flipping in a particular direction. Like here, I'd want to half flip with the W and D, because my car is going to land on that wall, like this. Oh, sorry, I'm too close. Like this. See? I want to land like that. If I half flip the other way, then it's not going to work. It's just going to like land facing this way. What if I want to recover that way? So that's the only reason you'd want to like know how to do both on a keyboard, like know how to half flip in that direction and also how to half flip in this direction. But yeah, the timing is just as soon as your car is upside down, that's when you air roll. Now if you're a controller player, which you probably are, the easier way to do it if you don't have air roll right and left bound, is instead of half flipping straight back, so instead of initiating your half flip with a back flip straight backwards like this, you'll want to do it with a diagonal backflip like this. So on a keyboard, if we imagine that front flip is 12 o'clock, back flip is 6 o'clock, side flip to this side is 9, and this is 3, so we're just like flipping in any direction of the clock face. Keyboard is only able to half flip in 1.5 hour what do you call it, intervals. So I can half flip at 12 o'clock, half 1, 3 o'clock, half 4, or I can flip rather 6 o'clock. I can do all these flips, but I can't do like a 1 o'clock or a 5 o'clock flip. But you can do that on a controller, if you know what I mean. So you can point your joystick where 5 or 7 would be on a clock, just offset, so it would be like slightly to the side rather than straight back.
Going on lately.
That's how you initiate your half flip.
Job, but their business started struggling due to COVID and couldn't take me. I had to beg my current job to keep me despite the fact that
you already turned in your notice. Did they keep you, Dub? I hope they kept you. I mean, a lot of people are in the same boat, man, because of coronavirus. I mean, most people, most business owners. Did they let you get your job back? You can just reply in chat, by the way. I'm reading everything with that, JohnnyBoi. You can bind toggle down to arrow left or right, which helps a lot. I mean, I don't know why you would want to do that, but sure, I guess if it works. It doesn't seem necessary. The yes thank will nice, man. That's good. What you need to do, Will Tibbs, is after initiating your diagonal backflip, so you want to backflip diagonally, but more towards the back than to the side. Okay, so it's not a diagonal backflip that's almost a side flip. It's more towards the back, which I can't show you on a keyboard because I can only flip in 8 directions, but on a controller you can flip in 16 directions. So imagine you want to flip like not straight back, but close to straight back, right? And then all you have to do to land your half flip after initiating your flip with a diagonal backflip close to straight back is throw your joystick straight up to 12 o'clock as soon as your car is completely upside down. Now I'll show you what it will look like on a keyboard. So it'll look like this. But I'm actually going to land sideways because I'm not initiating my flip with anything close to a backflip. I'm doing it with a complete like diagonal flip. But it will look like this. So that's the timing of it. You want to do it as soon as your car is like completely upside down. Just hold up. That's all you need to do. Just up. Nothing else. All I'm doing here is holding W on the keyboard. And my car is flipping over. Now, I'm not landing like anywhere close to straight back, like I said. That's so fast, like your hands don't move that fast. You just gotta practice it. Eventually your muscle memory will be there. Like you gotta go just while you're stationary, right? So while you're completely still, put your joystick to 5 o'clock. Oh yeah, well yeah, you have to air roll. Yeah. You have to air roll, sorry. I thought that was being done. Yeah. So you gotta go, just put your joystick to like to 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Then double tap your jump button to backflip and then air roll up when you're halfway through. Like right there. You're halfway through, air roll up. Now I'm doing this weird looking flip because I'm a keyboard player, so I would never actually half flip like this. But this is all you can do on controller if you have default controls or if you don't use the new air roll binds. On keyboard I would just go straight back because you can. It's very easy. But did that make sense? Did you get it? Also, Wrath, if you're still here, drill for you would definitely be the same one I've been telling everybody to do in free play. Just hit the ball really hard into a wall and then try and like get good at reading where it's going to bounce back towards so you can hit it again, you know? I tell everybody to do this drill because it's really good for learning how to read a bounce off a sidewall. This is monumental. I'm glad it worked, Will Tibbs. Congrats on your first half flip. Yeah, Wrath, you want to get good at reading the bounces on that. That was a terrible shot. Yeah, you can try and read your crossbars as well. I'm really bad at them as well. That's why I don't usually pre-jump them. Diagonal flip, please. You just point your joystick in a diagonal action, and then double jump. That's it. Yeah, this is what honestly all I would recommend for you, Wrath, is like hitting the ball to yourself off walls more, getting good at reading like where the ball's gonna be, if you're still here. This is hugely important for your mechanics. So get good at hitting it really hard, high into the goal, or at the goal. The goal area. Always a good idea to hold power slide when you're learning new mechanics. Not always, but I mean, in general, your recoveries and your landings are going to be a lot faster if you're holding power slide when you do them. I guess I don't know if that's what you mean. Yeah, just ban those idiots. But yeah, Vakana, since you're here, we can do your replay as well. There is a misconception going around that everything you do in free play has to be max speed and everything you do has to be like, you know, the hardest hits possible. Like, you need to do that, but you also need to know how to control the ball. It's like both are very helpful. Like, everybody just tries to free play like pros do, which is, you know, the reason pros are playing really fast is because they can control the ball at that speed. Now, 99.9% of the player base cannot control the ball at that speed. So when they're going around free play, trying to look like a pro player with all their wave dashes and their, you know, super fast recoveries, and they're hitting the ball as hard as they can, and they're like, whoa, look at me, I'm gonna do a pointless wave dash over here, and then I'm gonna do all these like little flips because I'm insane. You know, like, you're wasting your time. Like, the reason pros do that is because they're thinking faster than you and because they have control at these speeds. You don't. So don't try to replicate that. Play as fast as you can while you can still have control of the situation. Don't just like go around randomly and not really know what you're doing. No. You need to like be able to make a good first touch and set yourself up constantly. Like, this is something that's really underrated in free play. It's the first touch element. Like, actually being able to hit a first touch that you can then follow up on. because the majority of people in free play will just hit the ball away from themselves, which in a real game would be giving up possession. And although I do recommend this a lot, like you know, these kind of drills where you pass the ball to yourself off a wall, you also need to know how to do something like this, which is, you know, just like take a light touch and then like take shots off it. It's just as important. You need to know how to do both, because if you can't like take a touch and then shoot it from anywhere, then you're not going to be as threatening of a player. You're going to be giving away the possession quite a lot. Knowing how to take the fastest route to the goal is also always a good idea. Instead of trying to always be insane mechanically and, you know, go for walls every time. Like people in free play, if you go to free play, people are usually doing stuff like off walls. Like the ball will be bouncing around in this kind of position. The first thing and the only thing that people are thinking of is like, okay, let me get it up the wall and then I'm going to practice my flip resets, because that's what free play is for. When really, like, what free play is for is like a way to for you to practice putting the ball in the goal from any position. So if you've got the ball in the midfield, then maybe you should just try and shoot from the midfield. If you've got the ball like over here by a wall, then yeah, maybe you should try and take it up the wall and put it into the goal. But just shooting from different positions is the best thing that I would recommend for free play for most players, because people are really, like, on average bad at shooting. Like just hitting the ball and in general getting threatening shots on target. The fact that people know how to do a flip reset and have scored a flip reset goal, and they don't know how to consistently just hit the ball on target from many positions, shows you the sort of like bad prioritization that the Rocket League community has. Because people, although they don't like to admit it, they care less about getting good at the game than just scoring a cool goal that they can show a friend and have the friend be like, wow, you're nuts. That's really what people want. They just want the friend to say that they're nuts. But then they mask it all. They'll, you know, go practice flip resets for half an hour and then say that this is them trying to improve their game. No, it's not. Like, it's just you trying to be cool. And I've done it as well. Everybody has, but just admit it, you know. You're not trying to get better at Rocket League. You just want to, like, score a cool goal once or twice. But I would recommend just like shooting from anywhere, because you need to get better at shooting. It's like the #1 thing in Rocket League is shooting. It's the most important skill in the game. You can be bad at everything else. If you're good at shooting, you're still going to be a dangerous player. Yeah, just try and get good at hitting the ball hard on target from anywhere and setting up hard shots on target from anywhere. If you can't set up dangerous shots on target from anywhere, then you're not a dangerous player. You're not scary to go up against. Trying to be cool or score a cool goal is fun though. Yeah, it's fine. If that's what you want to do, then go for it. But like, people need to stop pretending that, or, you know, I don't know, Rocket League coaches and people who are trying to get good at the game need to stop pretending that this is how you get good at the game. Because telling people that you're going to really get a lot better at the game by, you know, trying to improve your, I don't know, flip reset game is so ridiculous to me. Like, until you're already in the top 0.01% of players, if like all you're trying to do is get better at the game, you shouldn't even care about that. Not at all. You should just care about absolutely mastering shooting. Then once you've mastered shooting, then you can do everything else, all the cool stuff. But hey, if you want to just do the cool stuff and you don't care about getting good, then be my guest. But if you want to get good, genuinely, stop doing the cool stuff. Play really boring. Just be really, really good at shooting and really good at exerting pressure on the ball. That's how you get good at Rocket League. Do you actually backflip or just jump and rotate backwards? I actually backflip, and a half flip. I backflip into a forward air roll with a side air roll as well. So basically, I'm back flipping into a diagonal forwards air roll. But on a controller, you need to backflip, but slightly to the side, and then air roll straight forward. It's different. Keyboard, you do the diagonal recovery element. So you backflip, and then after you're upside down completely, you diagonal air roll forward. Whereas on a controller, you want to start off with the angled bit, so you're backflipping at a slight angle, and then you air roll straight forward. Oh, you weren't flipping? Yeah, you have to start with a flip, dude. So it's called a half flip. Because you flip and then halfway through you flip cancel. Were you here when I said I'd recommend like just the usual for mechanics, like in terms of mechanics to improve? It really is for you just trying to like get better at these quick shots where you pass the ball to yourself off walls, like whether it be side walls, diagonal walls, anything. Just like try and get better at reading those bounces and getting a shot off in the general area of the goal. It doesn't, as long as you're like making it a pass. Like if you're shooting low, that's really bad, but if you shoot high, this is fine. Like, you know, shooting like into the bar, that's okay, because it's a good thing for your teammates to follow up on. And yeah, trying to recover on walls always. Every time that you're jumping near a wall, you want to recover like onto your wheels, like straight away. Anytime that you're doing like this kind of thing, you want to like land on your wheels straight after. You don't want to, like, quite a lot of times in that game, there was people like going like this, just bouncing off walls, and then they're having to do slow recoveries. The only time you really want to do that is if you're trying to go for a pinch. Oh, what was this? No, by the way, don't misunderstand what I was saying earlier and think that the only thing you should be doing in Rocket League is like ground shots. No, I think like just shots in general is the most important thing. Just shooting. Whether it be aerials, ground shots, wall shots, all kinds of shots. Like anything that's involving a shot is probably a good thing to practice. But you want to think of it as getting the ball into the goal as fast as possible is a good thing initially. You only really need to worry about the deceptive element once people are defending fast shots perfectly, which is what happens at the highest level of play. Wrath, thanks for the 500 bits again. Really appreciate that. Lost Cloud 77, thanks for the tier 1. Really appreciate that also. And 26 months from M. Haynes, welcome back. Yeah, Wrath, you definitely want to just do lots of shooting and lots of fast recoveries. Two mechanics that we're lacking the most. Now you actually tried to dribble and tried to make some demo plays as well. But yeah. Keep those up as well. Are you a descendant of William Wallace? I don't think so, man. I do not think so.